Samuel got into all these chickens, of course, a droll voice replied. Sophie turned to the corner. The two librarian ghosts sputtered, revealing about Winkle the cat, pawing at a pile of bird heads. "I'd like their friend," he said. Firefly settled into a crown over his ears. "Which of Woods Beyond?" the cat greeted, yellow eyes twinkling. "King Tipier," Sophie breathed. She held the thoughts of hearts close to her heart. This time, there were no tears. Instead, her eyes twinkled right back. Agatha, 20 Sugar East. She had never seen that kind of pain in Sophie's eyes, not in Gafferton, not at school, not in the years that followed. Something had happened to Sophie in their time apart, something that changed her. And yet, Sophie was still alive. Not just alive, but with an army. She had found Excalibur too, just like Agatha and her prince had. Of course she did, Agatha thought. She expected nothing less of her best friend. As if the tale of Sophie and Agatha had never really ended, the pen still writing their face with inextricable sympathy, even when they were apart, harmony and melody to the same score. A gulp of snow slapped her in the face. The giant's black wet bounded across the frost plains, weaving between swaths, kicking up icy snow, forcing Agatha to hold tighter to Tetra's waist and duck behind his back like a shield. Her prince gripped the leash around the west's neck, absorbing a stinging spray of cold as he kicked the west flank, driving it faster. On the second west behind them, Annabelle and Hester rode with Merlin, the boy Richard poking over the side as Annabelle's wet pulled next to Tetra's. "It's because you ate all that junk from your head," the prince treated. "You're not my dad," Merlin whispered, before venturing again. "This is why I don't like boys," Hester growled. "Can't go through puberty without making a mess of it." "To be fair, you don't like boys for lots of other reasons," said Annabelle. "How'd you find us?" Agatha asked the waitress. Hester nodded up at her demon, high in the blue night sky, scouting the landscape for danger. "After Excalibur, I told him to fly over the woods and look for you too. Told her not to do it. If her demon dies, she dies," Annabelle said sourly. "Found them, didn't he? And when he did, I felt it, just like you felt your west nearby before we found them in the woods. A little worse for wear, maybe," said Hester, stroking the bald patches of the rat's fur where it had been hit by camel fire. "But aren't we all?" She turned to Agatha. "And you're sure this was at Chadwick's house?" "Has to be," said Tetra's, almost to himself, still thinking about what's happened in the lady's cave. "Only place that makes sense." And Sophie confirmed it. Agatha said to the waitress, who seemed unsettled by everything she and Tetra had told them after they retrieved their friends from Athlone. "Chadwick, the king," said Annabelle softly. "Doesn't seem right, that's it." "Which is why Chadwick never became king," Hester surmised. Stallion finds a way of making things right, even if his way of doing it feels all wrong. Witches and Agatha looked to Tedros, blocking his emotions, but the prince kept his eyes on the icy path. Are we there yet? Merlin websed. He poked it again, waking a cluster of fireflies in the west front. They flickered slightly, then went back to sleep, exhausted from the journey and helping Agatha see Sophie. Groundland fireflies. There must be some with Sophie too. That's how she saw us, Tedros said, glancing at Agatha. Which means the Glums know where she is. She caught on to his thinking. Weeper. Her cat was king of the Glums. The wind picked it up, the west grunting loudly, laboring against it. Sophie found the sword, which means she knows where Tradik's house is, while I don't have a clue. Tedros called to Hester. Told her to meet us at Snow White's cottage in Frostwood. First place I thought of. Been deserted since Waffles zombies killed the dwarfs. If Sophie knows where Tradik lived, she can take us there. Agatha saw Hester and Annabelle eyeing each other. What is it? Japheth must know this was in Frostwood, said Annabelle. That's why Lance Ming's message disappeared. These words are as fast as his horses, Tedros nodded. Japheth's only one of your problems, Hester cuts off. The entire Woods is sending armies to protect him until he wins the third test. We saw them on the move, right after Lance Ming's message vanished. Which means if this was at Tradik's house, then there's thousands of soldiers heading there too. Which means getting you anywhere near Frostwood will be a challenge, said Annabelle. Agatha thought of Sophie's last words over the Firefly broadcast. No, Frostwood's a death trap. She could feel Tedros' muscles still under her arms. Whatever is waiting for us, I'll handle it, she said suddenly. Agatha didn't argue, which was strange. She was so used to being afraid for her prince, a fear that made her meddle with his quest and strange to protect him. But something had changed in Tedros ever since he had heard the lady's story. His old doubts had vanished, replaced it with a sureness of mission. Agatha trusted him now, because he trusted himself.